Hello, and welcome back to the original Larry D's Food for Thought. Today, of course, we're going to be reading out of that old King James Bible. We'll also be reading from the Old Testament and from the New Testament, to the law and to the testimony. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Okay? I'll also be going over a few scriptures today concerning the title. People say that the Lord don't hate. Is that true? People say that the Lord don't hate. Is that true? I'm going to share these scriptures with you right quick. You can jot them down if you like, but I tell you what, we're going to go over these scriptures today, and we're going to find out if the God of this Bible, if he can hate, if he can hurt, if he can kill, if he can heal, if he can make alive. We're going to find out about this God today, okay? Even the God of this Bible. Now, that sun God that everybody call themselves serving every first day of the week, they tell you, hey, you can do anything you want to do. And you'll be all right. And think you're going to ease your way right on up into God, over into God's kingdom. Tell you something, it's not going to happen. I'm telling you, after we finish reading these scriptures today, you're going to say the same thing. It is not going to happen. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to stop sharing these and we're going to go ahead and get started with this. Oh, go over these scriptures, man, see if we can get a tad bit of understanding on this. Because I'm going to tell you something. God of this Bible right here, somebody you don't want to be playing around with. Okay, we're going to show you that today. Look, we're going to start this in Hosea. Hosea, ninth chapter. And I'm going to start reading at verse 15. And it reads, now, right here is when the Lord was speaking through the mouth of Hosea, and he was talking about Israel. But look, today's you got wickedness all over this earth, right? So take heed. All right. All the wickedness is in Gilgal, for there I hated them for the wickedness of their doings. You doing wickedly? You ain't got to be in Gilgal. Tell you something, be right here in the USA. All right, anywhere. All right, but look, the Lord said, I hated them for the wickedness of their doings. I will drive them out of my house. I will love them no more. All their princes are revolters. And I'm going to tell you something, you got a lot of wickedness on this earth. Okay? Sorry about that. I had a pause in my computer here for some reason. Something went on. Sorry about that. But yeah, you got a lot of wickedness on this earth. And the Lord don't like it. Okay? But let's see, verse 17. Look, my God will cast them away because they did not hearken unto him, and they shall be wanderers among the nations. So he was talking about Israel, but look here. He's saying right here, he said, I will cast them away because they did not hearken. Now, who's hearkening to the word of God nowadays? You have to look far and wide. People don't want to do what the Lord say. They want to do what they want to do. And it is wickedness. The Lord don't like it. He hate it. Okay, you say the Lord don't hate? We're going to go a little deeper with it. All right, let's go over here to Malachi right quick. I'm going to show you this. Because, man, I'm going to tell you something. Man, people don't sit up there, man, telling people, oh, Lord, don't hurt nobody. You'll be all right. He love everybody. But tell you something. Please sit down and read this Bible and get to know the God of this Bible, okay? Before you get yourself in a bind, okay? Because the end is near, okay? You say, well, I'm doing all this stuff. Lord ain't doing that to me. Look, Lord is a patient God. He get you in the end, all right? But let's look at this here. Let's go. This is Malachi 1. And let's see if the Lord said he hates somebody. Let's see. This is Malachi 1, and I'm starting reading verse 1. And it reads, look, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. Verse 2, I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I love Jacob. Hmm. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Okay? So the Lord said he hated that guy. All right? He loved Jacob, but he hated Esau. Look here. Verse 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the borders of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever. Ooh, he said he got indignation for these cats forever, man. So you think the Lord will hate? Look, he's angry. All right. But let's go a little further. Let's go over here to let's go to Revelations right quick. I'm gonna show you some. You're talking about Esau right here. Look at this. This is Revelation 2, and I'm gonna read one verse, verse 9. Look, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Now, these cats over there occupying the land of Israel, calling themselves Jews and saying the Jews are back home. Look, what happened to the other 11 tribes? Lord said he's going to gather all Israel, all 12 tribes. So if you only got Judah there, which is Judah, one tribe, where's the other 11 at? Hey, he said, you do lie. Okay. Look, this is Revelations 3 and 9, and it reads, look, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Hmm. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Okay? So the Lord said he got a indignation for them forever. Okay? But yes, he can hate. All right, and he can hurt. And we about to show you that. But let me show you something else he ate too. Let's go look at this right quick. Excuse me. Let's go over here to go to Proverbs. What is it? Go to Proverbs 6 chapter. See, show you some things the Lord hate right here. Look, this is Proverbs 6, and I'm start reading verse 16. And it reads, these 6 things doeth the Lord hate. Okay? Yeah, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, and heart, a mind that devises wicked imaginations, feet that be swift and running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. See, hate that. Okay? Look, verse 20, my son, keep my father's commandments and forsake not the law of thy mothers. Keep them commandments, right? Look, verse 21, bind them continually upon thy heart, upon your mind, and tie them about thy neck. When thou goeth, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepeth, it shall keep thee. And when thou awake, it shall talk with thee. So keep those commandments, people. All right? Don't do wickedness in front of the Lord, because he is watching. Okay? But let's go a little further here. Let's go now. Now you say, Lord, don't hurt nobody, right? Let's take a look at this. Oh, this is about a guy when Israel was out in the wilderness, and they found a guy doing something on the Lord's Sabbath day, all right? And Lord had it written, he said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, right? And he told you don't do any manner of work. So let's see how serious the Lord take his Sabbath day. Okay? Look at this. And they found this cat, man, and let's see what the Lord told Moses and them to do with him. All right, this is Numbers 15. I'll start reading at verse 32. And it reads, look, and while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day. This guy doing some work on the Sabbath day. What he's going to do with them sticks, I wonder. Well, I tell you, don't kindle a fire. Not saying he will, but hey, you never know. Right. Verse 33. And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron and unto all the congregation. Right. Verse 34. And they put him in ward because it was not declared what should be done to him. So they locked him up. All right, and then they went and inquired with the Lord. Let's see what the Lord told them to do with him. Look, verse 35. And the Lord said unto Moses, the man shall be surely put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp. Ooh, Lord told him, take that man outside of that camp and you stone him. Look here. And all the congregation brought him without the camp and stoned him with stones, and he died. And the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. Now, who commanded Moses to do it? The Lord did. He said, take him out there, stone him, and kill him. Okay? So you think the Lord don't hurt, don't kill? What we just read here. Okay? Hey, he had it written in Malachi 3rd chapter. He said, hey, he's the Lord thy God. He don't change. He said, I change not, so that you sons of Jacob are not consumed. So Lord, he don't change. Look, he killed a man for picking up sticks then. What do you think he gonna do for somebody breaking his Sabbath day now? All right? May not be getting it in the back of the neck now. But like I said, God's a patient God. You wait till the end to get you. Okay? Remember that. So let's go a little further here. Let's go to let's turn right over here to Numbers the 16th chapter. I'm gonna take another look at some guys, man. These cats right here, they're still in the wilderness, but these cats right here, man, they want to get besides themselves. They're gonna raise up against Moses, right? I mean, some talking about some renowned men too. But let's see what the Lord did right here. Let's check this out. And this is Numbers 16, and I'm gonna start reading at verse 1. And it reads, look. Now Korah, the sons of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the sons of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men, and they rose up before Moses. With certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. Hmm. Okay, verse 3. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all this congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. Oh boy, what did they say that for? The Lord told him, he said, look, he said, touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm. Look at here. But let's take a look at this. Let's see. Let's just get right on to the logistics of it. Let's go over here to verse let's see, verse 31. And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up and their houses, and all the men that appertain unto Korah, and all their goods. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. Whoa, the Lord opened up that earth, swallowed them cats up, man, and closed it up on them. Whew, for doing what? Raising up against Moses. But so you say the Lord don't hurt, he don't kill, you cross him. You don't want to do that. All right. Look, let's see, verse 34. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, Lest the earth swallow us up also. I said, man, them cats were scared, man. They took off, man. They said, man, let's flee. They got out of there. Look, they didn't want to go down in the pit. Look, verse 35. And there came out a fire from the Lord, and consumed from the Lord, and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. So those 250 men raised up, Lord took them out too. Set fire down on them, took them out. Lord don't kill. Hey, what we just read here. All right. But let's go a little further here. Let's go to the new book right quick. Let's go over here to First Corinthians here. Let me see. We're going to First Corinthians, third chapter here. Show you this. This is First Corinthians 3, and I'm gonna start reading at verse. Let me see, verse 16. Now, pay close attention to this, okay? This is First Corinthians, third chapter, verse 16, and it reads. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? Okay. If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. Hmm. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are. So don't defile his body. Okay, this temple that the Lord say that you are, oh, he will destroy you. Okay. Verse 18, look, let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. Look at that. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. You see that? Look, verse 20. And again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain. What did he say here? He know your thoughts. He look right into that big brain you got up in your head, and he can read your mind. Okay, that's why he told you keep your thoughts pure. He looking at you. He reading them. All right. So keep those things in mind. All right. But let's go a little further. Let's go to a quick look at this. Let's go back to the Old Testament. Let's go to Genesis right quick. Now, I want to show you this here. So you say the Lord don't hurt, don't kill. Shoot, man, you do not know the God of this Bible. And you need to sit down and start reading it so you can get to know him so you keep yourself out of trouble. you want to stay on the good side of this God, okay? Even the Lord God of Israel, the God of this Bible right here. All right. Okay, this is Genesis 19. And let's see. We are going to start reading at verse 1. Now, right here, these are these two cities, which is Sodom and Gomorrah. And we're going to find out why it's so wickedness down there and what the Lord did to them. All right. Now, let's check this out here. I'm going to read through this a little quick so we can get through. I got a couple more places to go. Okay. This is Genesis 19 and verse 1. And it reads, look, and there came two angels to Sodom at evening, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them. And he bowed himself with his face towards the ground. And he said, behold, now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, unto your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet. And ye shall rise up early, and go your ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the street all night. Okay, so he told, man, y'all come on in my house, man. Because, see, Lot knew what was going on in that city. Man, he knew it was nothing nice, right? But the guy said, they're going to stay in the street. But look, and he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned into him and entered into his house, and he made them a feast and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. So he made them something to eat, man, and they ate, right? But before they laid down, before they went to bed, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter, all of them men and boys, all of them came and surrounded Lot's house, right? Well, look, and they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came in unto thee this night? Bring them out unto us that we may know them. Get to know them. I guess what we going to do? Have a casual conversation, get to know them? We're going to find out what that was all about. Look, verse 6. And Lot went out at the door unto them and shut the door after him and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. So now what's wicked about trying to get to know somebody? Show you, look. And he said, verse 8, behold now, I have, this is what Lot told him. Look, behold now, I have two daughters which have not known men. So he got two virgin daughters there, right? Look here. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes, only unto these men do nothing. For they, therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. So look, you mean to tell me Lot was willing to take his two virgin daughters out there, let all them men have their way with them, versus not sending them two men out there. So now we see what they was up to. They didn't just want to get to know them. They wanted to have sex with them. Why? Because they was nothing but sodomites. And we got them today. I mean, this thing went back for a long time. It's been going on for a long time. But you got them today, buddy, and it's running rapid. And let me show. Let's see what the Lord did here. Look here. And they said, "Stand back." And they said again, "This one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs be a judge." He said, a lot done come up here and gonna sojourn and gonna live with us. And he gonna judge us? Look at that. Now we will deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sorely upon the man until Lot and came near to break the door. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut to the door. So the angels had to reach out there and grab Lot, pull him in, man. And they shut the door. And let's see what else they did here. And they smote the men. Those angels, they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door. Okay. But let's see. Yeah, to find the door. Verse 12. And the men said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides son-in-law and their sons and their daughters, and whatsoever thou has in the city, bring them out of this place. Told y'all about to get on up out of here. Let's see why. We're gonna go right to it. I'm gonna go right over here to let's see, verse 24. And it reads, look, then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah, brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the plains and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground. So the Lord rained brimstone and fire down from heaven, man, and destroyed them cats. Now you think he ain't gonna get them these sodomites we got running around now? You know, that's foolishness. Men marrying men, women marrying women. What kind of foolishness is that? Can't even turn the TV on. Got two men sitting back kissing. What is that? Crazy. But you think the Lord, they think they're going to get away with it? Not going to happen. Cats tell them, oh, y'all be all right. Yeah, right. Yeah, they're going to be all right, all right. Hey, son. Lord got something waiting on 'em. Hey, now, I mean, he can't circumvent it. All right. But let's go a little bit further here. Let's see. Let's go right over here to Deuteronomy. I'm going a little long here, but I want you to see this, man. I'm gonna let you know. Look, this God is nobody to be playing around with. He will hurt you. Okay? Do he kill? Yes, he do. Do he hurt? Yes, he do. You cross him. You keep breaking his commandments. You see. But I'm just trying to let you know. Get to know this God. Understand what he expect of you. And do good. And walk rightly before him. Okay? But this is Deuteronomy 32. And let's see. I'm gonna start reading that. Let's see. 32. Start reading at verse 39. Okay. Verse 39. Anyway, look. See now that this is the Lord speaking here. Look here. See now that even I am he, and there is no God with me. Look, I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. You see that? The Lord said he kill, he make alive, he wound, and he heal. So do the Lord kill? Yes, he can. Do he hate? Yes, he can. Okay. But let's go over here. I got one more place here. I want to show you this one. And after this, man, that'll be it. But I got to show you this one, man, because I'm letting you know, man, you don't play with this God, man. He will indeed hurt you, and he can hate you. Okay, but look here. This is I'm gonna read one verse here. This is Psalm 15:22, and it reads, look, now consider this, ye that forget God, you forget this true and living God and go serving other gods. Look, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. You see that? So you turn your back against this God, this true living God, go serve them other God, keep breaking his laws and statutes and everything. Tell you something, he said, hey, I'll tear you in pieces, boy. So this God don't play. Will he hurt you? Yes. Will he kill you? Yes. Okay, so get to know him. Get on his good side. Stay there. Okay, and walk uprightly before him, people. I tell you, if you don't know him, sit down, read this Bible, and get to know him. All right? So, with that food for thought, think on these scriptures and words throughout the course of the day, and until next time, peace.